Mbalenhle Mthethwa has managed now to be able to just get us a bit more detail as to what's going on now. Mbalenhle, I wonder if you were able to speak to MMC Dunga just to get a sense from him on what was happening inside and these also allegations that the finances of the city have in fact deteriorated, because he is the man that is tasked with ensuring that the finances of the city are not only in a healthy position, but at the same time that there is, of course, an allocation when it comes to issues around service delivery, as residents have continued to raise some of the concerns. And I wonder if we are able to speak with Mbalenhle now.
Bongiwe, yes indeed, I am standing by with Ekurhuleni Council, who is the current MMC for Finance. He was among those who were forcibly removed by EMPD officials and not JMPD officials, as stated earlier on. Now, as you can see from behind me, many of the EFF members who were forcibly removed from inside are still outside the council chambers. I'm going to be joined by the MMC for Finance right now, who tells me that he is injured. You will remember that he had an accident not so long ago, and he was in hospital a while ago, and he's going to talk to us about the injuries, among other things. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. How are you feeling right now after what transpired inside council?
It's not a question of feeling, it's a question of extreme disappointment at the attitude of councillors within council in themselves, whereas were not given the opportunity to raise, any points of orders that are legitimate by nature, and when they are accepted or they are taken into consideration, there's a lot of howling from the opposition benches, inclusive of the ANC themselves, who obviously came into this meeting with the predetermined outcome that they would be willing to support and vote with the erupted establishment of the DA and the politically bankrupt Action SA, who collapsed the city of Tshwane, by the way.
Now, when you say that, including the ANC, should we take this as an indication of a strained relationship between yourselves and the ANC? You would have seen earlier today the ANC Youth League issued a statement describing the relationship that the ANC and the EFF has as an unholy marriage. Is the relationship between the ANC and the EFF still intact, or has it been strained?
Look, I would not be in a position to speak of what the ANC Youth League is, because to ourselves it doesn't exist and has not existed in society for the longest of times. Be that as it may, they are obviously piggybacking on what are trends as opposed to the creation and being trendsetters and being leaders of society. We do not have a relationship with the ANC outside of obviously having constituted a government that they are and have consistently said that they are aggrieved by. And the basis of aggrievement has not been that we have not delivered on the basic deliverables towards the people of Ekurhuleni. They've always based it on self-preservation, where the complaint has always been that the EFF public representatives are outshining those of the ANC, and that we are taking the lead in terms of service delivery orientation and leading programs of the city of Ekurhuleni and overshadowing them and their existence.
Now, the very reason that Action SA has brought this motion of no confidence in the current mayor is the fact that they say that services have come to a grinding standstill. The cash on hand has deteriorated. The financial status of standing of the city has deteriorated quite significantly. Refuse collection is also suffering as a result. I mean, I'm also a resident of the city of Ekurhuleni, and I mean, there have been times where I've taken my bin outside only for it not to be collected. What are your thoughts to the comments that were made by Action SA?
Look, there's a deliberate posture, even by some of the service providers that we would have identified. What is happening is that some of the contracts, particularly in terms of waste collection, is coming to an end in June 2024. And as a result, you know, these are contracts that have existed prior to the existence of an EFF governance and even prior to that of the racist DA, you know. And these are cadres of the ANC who now want to obviously regain their control and so forth in terms of the allocations of tenders and the influencing thereof. That we've been able to create internal control systems where there's a complete rejection of that corrupt relationship that might exist between political authority and that one of administration, particularly when it comes to supply chain management. So as a result of that, there's a deep frustration by these people, and they are the instigators of non-service delivery orientation in the city of Ekurhuleni. And as a result, what we have done as the Department of Waste particularly is that we've had to dig deep into the pockets of the city and ensure that we actually take out some money to do internally ourselves as a department.
You know, there are a lot of things that we need to discuss, but I'm told that we need to wrap. We need to discuss the Auditor General's report and the release or them getting those financial statements and all these other things, as well as some of your injuries. I know right now you've just been shaking your arm. What is wrong with your arm?
Yeah, it's slightly agitated because we were abruptly removed from council. You would have known that I would have sustained an injury before. However, what they are attempting to do inside council must be noted that even in accordance to Rule 35.3 is an illegal act, because they are not supposed to convene sitting outside of what has been already said by the Speaker that the meeting is officially adjourned.
Okay. There you have it. The meeting has officially been adjourned, and the meeting that is sitting inside the council right now is doing so unlawfully. We could have gotten more information about the state of the finances, and if there is a sense of regret in the manner in which the finances have been managed in the city of Ekurhuleni. For now, it's back to you in studio.
All right, Mbalenhle, thank you so much for those updates, and really she is watching this story for us tonight. Quite a lot of concern, even from some on social media, about what is taking place in the city of Ekurhuleni. So we'll continue then to bring you more on this particular story. Mbalenhle Mthethwa there, who's been tracking this story for us.